So, in the beginning of the film, we are introduced to UC. UC is very fond of traveling. One of his hobbies is to go to the Amazon jungle. Before reaching the Amazon jungle, he reaches a nearby area. This area is also where many people come for end-use campaigns. There UC meets a boy named Mars, who was also very fond of traveling like UC, and this hobby and conversation made them very good friends of each other. Marcus introduces UC to his other friend named Kevin, who is on a photo, and he also keeps coming and going to the jungles for this purpose. Due to having similar hobbies and work, these three soon become good friends and they form a very good group. These people do temping here for many days and enjoy a lot. One day when UC was roaming alone in this town, he met an unknown man. It was a matter of luck that he knew UC's name. He asked UC, "Do you like to go to the Amazon jungles?" "I know. You are desperate to go there and I can help you in this." The cow also told UC a shocking thing, that in the middle of the jungles there also lives an Indian tribe who are wild people and no one knows about them. UC got even more excited on hearing this, because he was very fond of meeting the jungles. This adventurous man tells UC that if you want to meet them, if you want to go there, then I can help you. UC, who was very fond of adventure. Without thinking why the guard is being so kind to him? He is a stranger, and how does he know UC? Without thinking about all this, he decided to go with the guard, and more importantly he convinced his two friends to go with him. The next day these three go and meet Cart again. The cart had also brought a map of the jungle with it, and while showing the map he told them that it would take them 3 to 4 days of hiking to reach the place where that tribe lives, those wild people live, and before that they were going to travel by a plane. Taking all the necessary things with them, they started their journey. It was morning when they reached near the jungle by plane. They traveled on foot in the jungle the whole day, and then at night they camped and slept. When the storm hit at night, they all woke up to the sound of someone screaming loudly. It was found that it was the voice of Marx, whose head had been bitten by an insect. This insect was not poisonous. Therefore, without any problem, they started their journey again the next morning. They continued their journey the whole day, and in the evening, heavy rain started here. They continued their journey even in the rain, because if they had stopped, they might have fallen ill. While walking, finally people reached a place where some people lived. Some people lived there, but they were not wild people. They were common people, and it was a place like a village. Everyone welcomed them very well. They were given food and drink as well as a place to rest, and all these people mingled well with them because all of them already knew Call. UC and his friends came to know that Call keeps coming here. The next day these people came out of this tribe and started their expedition. Today on the way, the guard had hunted a monkey in front of them. It was illegal to hunt anything from here. These people got a little scared, but the guard started laughing, and even though they wanted to sit ahead from there, they kept following him. At night they set up camp again. The next morning these people had to start the journey again. This time while traveling, it was not possible to walk on the road. When his feet started getting damaged and he had difficulty in walking, Carr took off his shoes and checked them. Marx's feet were completely injured, and it was going to take about 4 days for them to heal. He suggests to all of them that they should camp here for 4 days. But his other friend was very excited. The other friend, who was a photographer, had to write about all these adventures in his journal to see the land. He was not ready to stop under any circumstances. So these people find a new route. Juicy suggests that we build a boat and start the journey through water. The guard was not in favor of this because the river route was very dangerous. The flow of the river here is very fast, but when Kevin and UC were adamant on their insistence, these two also had to agree. After which all of them together built a boat. These people brought all their luggage on that boat and started their journey through the river. At this time, their captain was Juicy because he was the only person who knew how to get through this jungle. For a while, their journey was comfortable, but after a little while, the strong waves of the river started to spoil their balance. At this time, one of the captains thought that they should put their boat on the side, but Kevin was still on the same seat and thought that they should move forward with the flow of water. Maybe he did not know about the dangers here. In all this, there is a fight between Ball and him, which Juicy stops with great difficulty, and now, listening to Carr, Juicy also takes the boat to the shore. These people had now set up camp here. After setting up the camp, Guile decided that this is the place where he will go to live. They will stay at this camp for the whole night and start their journey the next morning. He had no intention of traveling through water beyond this. He decided that he will now travel on foot, but UC and Cabin were against his decision. They were now finding it difficult to walk. They thought that they should travel through water only. These people now asked for advice from Mask. Mask's feet were now healed, so he decided to travel on foot with Cal because he knew that Cal knew how to survive and he could help him in this too. In this way these people got divided into 2 groups. Cal now showed the map to these people and decided that after 3 days these people will meet at a special point in the forest. Now for the next 3 days Cal and Mark were going to travel by saddle while UC and Cabin were going to travel by boat. Do these people start this journey? At first the journey on the river was absolutely normal, but then a gift came in the river. The waves became so violent that it became difficult for them to balance their boat. The boat was carried away by the flow of water. Thankfully, a huge rock in the river in front of UC saved them from moving ahead, and now they were stuck with their board. If they had not taken a decision at the right time, they could have lost their lives. UC was very nervous. He was not able to take any decision, Then he says to Kevin, listen Yusi, I will jump and swim out to the shore. After reaching the shore I will throw a rope, you come to me through that, but Yusi was not ready for this. Then Kevin encouraged him and with great courage he jumped into the river, and after a lot of hard work he finally reached the river bank. Before he could throw a rope towards Yusi and save him, the flow of water started flowing in the opposite direction. Due to the reverse flow of water, Samir fell into the same water and the water quickly took him out of here. Kevin was unable to see. He had not planned all this, he was about to save his friend's life in a second, but maybe he would never see Yusi again. He shouted for Yusi from this direction, but nothing could be done now. Kevin started moving ahead, while after some time we were shown that Yusi also went along with the flow of water and reached one shore. He was not able to understand what to do. He looked towards the river and saw his bag also floating along with it. He grabbed his bag and took out the Bible from inside it and started reading it. Carr had also kept some pills in this bag. These were survival medicines. They gave strength. Juicy eats this one tablet and now alone in the jungle, he starts his journey with the hope of meeting his friend. After wandering in the jungle for a long time, when he did not see any hope of getting out of here, he took out the map given by Carr. After seeing the directions from the map, he started his journey again. On the way he also saw a fruit field. He had not eaten anything properly. Finally, when he climbed the tree and tried to take down the fruit, the snake sitting there bit him. The snake was so cautious in this attack that it did not cause him any harm. The snake also came down with him, and without wasting any time he attacked the snake with a stone and killed it and ate it. After all this he thought of resting at night, and at night he heard the sound of someone opening his eyes. It was the sound of the mask. He opened his eyes and saw that the person was really standing in front of him. It was not his test of happiness. As soon as he started going closer to the person, the mask disappeared from there and we came to know that it was all his. Due to staying alone for so many days, his mind had gone bad. It was starting to happen. Now when he started sleeping, he felt that there was a wild animal near him. This was true. At this time he used his intelligence and lighting the lighter, sprayed gas from below, and after driving away the animal from near him, he went to sleep. In the morning when he woke up, he was having a sharp pain in his head, which was like a closed pain. When he put his hand on his head, blood was coming out from his head. He also felt something moving in his head and he came to know that a worm has entered his head. A brief scene is shown here where the worm is right inside his head and he catches that worm in the sunlight and takes it out from the skin of his head. Anyway, now he starts his further journey. On the way he also found eggs of the beds which he broke and ate. After going a little further, he found a place where earlier the people of the stable must have lived. Then due to some danger they left from there. This was a good place to set up camp where he sat and rested for some time. Sitting here, his feet were also in a lot of pain. When he took off his shoes he saw that his feet were cut. Blood was oozing from his feet. Due to the pain in his feet he had to spend the night here. But in the morning he woke up with great enthusiasm. After walking a little to get out of this forest he saw footprints and he became very happy. He felt that these must be the footprints of Marx. There should be a hope inside him that now he is very close to his friend, but it was not so. Now we are finally shown Kevin, who had drifted to the bank of the river and the villagers rescued him. As soon as Kevin's health improves a little, he immediately goes and meets the officer here and asks him for help because he was swept away in the water. The officer also agrees with Kevin and sends a rescue plane to the jungle, or Yusi, who was still in the jungle. Due to staying in this jungle for 14 days continuously, his mental condition was now deteriorating. Suddenly he heard the sound of a plane from above. A ray of hope would come inside him. And he was also giving signals to them with a red cloth, but after that, unfortunately, the plane people could neither see nor hear. Here the plane came and reported that they could not find Yusi anywhere in the jungle. Hearing this, Kevin got worried and once again asked the officer for help to save Yusi. At this time, the officer thought that Yusi must have died in the jungle because he had been lost in the jungle for 2 weeks, and here if someone does not come out of the jungle for 5 days, then it is assumed that he must be dead. But still somewhere in Kevin's heart, there was hope that his friend is alive. That's why he meets a man from the village who knew the forest very well and asking for his help, he again moves towards the forest through the river to find Yusi. In the forest, we see Yusi, whose mental condition has deteriorated along with his physical condition. He has no strength left to move forward and he seems to be stuck there. Suddenly a wild woman comes near him, seeing whom he got scared. The wild woman also got scared seeing him, but having someone with him here was a big blessing for Yusi at this time. He explained to that wild girl, "Nothing will happen. So come to me, stay with me." He makes the wild girl sleep with him here, and when his eyes opened after a while, he came to know that the girl was not there, and then it was revealed that in reality that girl had not come here at all. All this that Yusi had seen was his own. After this, he regains control over his mind and reaches one of them, on which he removes his clothes and holds that side so that the insects climb on him and bite him, and he gets the courage to go to the river. Exactly the same thing happened as he thought. Soon all the insects climbed on his body, and when they started biting him, he ran to the river to remove the insects from his body. Finally, after cleaning the insects, he writes his arms here and makes a sign of his name. Whenever Kaifeng reaches here searching for him, he should know that he is alive here. He was thinking this when suddenly a turtle passed in front of him. He immediately picked up a stone and tried to kill it so that he could kill and eat it and satisfy his hunger. But then he felt pity for this turtle and did not kill the turtle. Well, it became night in no time. Joshi knew that he would not be able to survive. Because he did not have the strength to go ahead and survive, and neither had anyone come to pick him up. He understood that he would die. He fell asleep in this dilemma. When the morning came, we saw a good thing that Kevin had actually reached the riverbank while searching for him, and he also saw the sign made by Joshi. He understood that Yusi was somewhere here, but despite searching a lot, he could not find Yusi anywhere. Kevin had to leave from here without any hope. Kevin also felt that Yusi was no longer alive here. As soon as the boat's generator was turned on to go back, Yusi was shocked by its voice. Yusi was now calling Kevin louder by looking in the air, but his voice was not able to reach the cabin from such a distance. Because there was a lot of noise of the waves here, and the boat also had its own noise. In this way his last hope also broke. His friend, such a poor man, came to save him, but perhaps luck was not supporting him. He was now thinking this when suddenly he looked back. He wanted to see this jungle at last. He didn't know that he would see Yusi. He shouted on the phone and asked the boat driver to turn the boat back. As soon as the boat docks at the shore, Even comes to Yusi from outside and both of them hug each other. It was a very emotional scene. Both of them started crying. Yusi was surprised to see that he is still alive. He thanks God here, and then she goes to her village with Yusi. Everyone in the village was also surprised to see Yusi. If anyone was able to survive for more than 2 weeks in the Amazon jungles, it was Yusi. Everyone thanks him for surviving. After which, at the end of the story, we are told about Carl and Marx. Carl was a criminal, and he had included Yusi, Kevin and Marx with him with some criminal intention. Kevin and Yusi were lucky that they changed their path, but no trace of Marx, who had gone with Carl, has been found till date.